Okay, this meeting is called to order at 5 o'clock. This is the portion of our meeting designated for comments from the public about matters related to the closed session agenda. Comments are limited to 3 minutes with a maximum of 20 minutes allocated for a particular item or topic. To address the governing board, members of the public must have submitted a completed speaker card to the clerk of the board before the closed session portion of the meeting began. In accordance with Government Code Section 1360 and Education Code Section 60, newly elected and re-elected school board members are required to take an oath of office before embarking upon their duties. If we can have Dr. Candace Fish come up to the front.
But I'm not Candace. Constance. All right, I get to do the swearing in. Where do you want me?
Right, how about you come on over a little bit closer this way? All right, so I'm gonna ask you to please raise your right hand and to repeat after me. I, Dr. Constance Fish,
I, Dr. Constance Fish,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the State of California,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the State of California,
and the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
Constitution freely,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
that I will
Well and faithfully
well and faithfully
discharge the duties
of
upon which I am about to enter.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's give a round of applause.
And we got a real photographer. Absolutely.
Everybody come on.
Okay. Yeah.
No passing out now.
I know. Oh, really?
That was official.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Connie. And the board will now adjourn into closed session at 5:04.
knowing when to push pause. That
Okay. The board has returned from closed session and will convene into open session at 6:09. No action was taken in closed session. The flag salute and student presentation will be led by student leaders from Potter Junior High.
Good evening, board members, district leaders, and members from the community. My name is Sophia Carboni, and I am a seventh grader at Potter Junior High School, and I am pleased to represent my school this evening as a student leader. This evening, we will be sharing the culture of reading that students enjoy in the Fallbrook Union Elementary School District.
Hello, I am Evelyn Vargas. I am also a seventh grade student leader at Potter Junior High. At this time, I would like to ask you all to stand. Place your right hand over your heart and join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. This evening, I am pleased to represent Potter Junior High and to share a little bit about reading among the students in Fallbrook Union Elementary School District. I attended Fallbrook STEM Academy as an elementary student. Although it was a STEM school, reading was also really important. We learned that you need to be a strong reader to do well in coding, science, and math. Reading is everywhere. During English language arts, and I also have Spanish language arts, we challenge ourselves with wildly important goals. My reading goal this year is to increase my scores on the STAR 360 and exceed standards on the end of the year CAST. It is really important for me to do well. The articles I am reading along with goals are in this notebook. I'd be happy to share my leadership binder with you if you are interested at the end of this meeting.
When I was a student at Live Oak, I learned a love for reading through the library. Miss Rigotti was always so welcoming and cared about me and the other students. She encouraged me to read the series, The Land of Stories, and we really bonded over talking about those books. And just today, in my English class at Potter Junior High School, we started a new novel, The Outsiders. Perhaps you remember reading it as well. The students in my class and I are excited to get into the text. We will be using Google Slides to learn about the 60s and enjoy the story. We are working on researching the background setting to understand the context of the novel. The 1960s seemed really exciting.
They were.
Thank you for having us at the board meeting. I am pleased to introduce you the district video on the culture of reading in our schools. In this video, you will hear from a teacher that I recognize from FSA. She helps students to develop reading skills. I liked how she was so supportive.
You will also notice the librarian from Live Oak. Like I mentioned, she was really inspiring to me. All of my teachers have encouraged me to be a strong reader. They taught me to understand the importance of reading. My current teacher has encouraged me to read on our own at home and as well. And now the video.
At FUESD, we believe that reading is not just a skill, but a foundational element of our world. Today, we want to share with you 4 unique spaces that supports our students' journey for reading and help them discover the wonderful world of literature. Today, we will take a look into a culture of reading.
My name is Melissa Rodriguez, and I'm a reading intervention teacher at Fallbrook STEM Academy. I work with students in kindergarten through 3rd grade. At Fallbrook STEM Academy, we are the Fallbrook STEM Bobcats. And just as a Bobcat's safe place is their den, the den at Fallbrook STEM Academy is a safe place for students to come to learn new things and to try hard and take risks to help our students become confident and competent grade level readers. As students demonstrate growth in skill areas, they also demonstrate growth in confidence. Our students know that they have opportunities to show what they have learned, whether it is reading a list of words more quickly and more accurately than the previous time, or whether it's reading a text more quickly and more accurately than the previous time. It doesn't matter, but they want to see the results every single time, and they take pride in reading more fluently, both more quickly and more accurately than their previous attempt. For each student, it's different, and for each student, it's motivating for them and motivating for us. My name is Melissa Rodriguez, and I'm a reading intervention teacher at Fallbrook STEM Academy.
My name is Stacy Rigatti, and I'm the librarian at Live Oak Elementary, and we are in the reading room sponsored by the Ben Carson Foundation, and it is Halloween, so it is why I am dressed the way I am. Thanks to a grant from the Ben Carson Foundation, we were able to build this reading room and hopefully cultivate a love of reading with our students who come in every morning before school, during recess, sometimes after school, on their free time, and they'll pick a book of their choosing, take a few moments to enjoy some literature. I am truly grateful for this reading room and the space that is provided for students to actually cultivate and develop a love of reading. My name is Stacy Rigatti. I am the librarian here at Live Oak Elementary.
My name is Miles Wenzel. I teach 6th grade at Mary Fay Pendleton for Fallbrook Union Elementary School District. Today, we're working on StudySync, and from there, we take an excerpt from a text or a poem or a short story, and we kind of break it down into a couple different parts. And the first part is always that kind of comprehension questions and those kind of looking at the text, citing that evidence. And then from there, it takes it a step further, and it allows the students to connect with the standard and a focus throughout the week. And for example, this week we did our comprehension on Monday, and Tuesday we really focused on central and main idea. And there kind of the last week was figurative language. And so it uses that ability to connect to that comprehension. Then it takes it a step further with that standard. And then by the end of the week, we're really writing a piece about those 2 different parts that we've done prior. When you're looking at their writing and you're looking at what they're connecting, you see the kind of the same things to start. They say certain areas and they say certain things. And then as they start to grow and as they start to get further along, you start to see their thought process. And it's really cool. You just start to see those opinions, and you start to see personalities come out in writing, which you didn't see before. My name is Miles Wenzel. I'm a 6th grade teacher at Mary Fay Pendleton for Fallbrook Union Elementary School District.
Hi, my name is Jessica Angulo, and I am a fifth grade teacher at Mary Faith Pendleton. So in our classroom, we have small group rotations on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so within the rotation, it consists of 4 different rotations. One of them is working with me, small group. We work on reviewing the skills and the standards that were being taught within that week, within the unit of benchmark, and within the week of the unit. Rotation number 2, we work on reading comprehension questions. And so kids have their own level reader from benchmark, and they have their own packet of questions that they refer back to the level reader to answer the questions. They work on key details. They work on comprehension, all that good stuff. And then the third rotation, they work on text analysis practice. And that's where they work independently on their own lessons from benchmark. And then rotation number 4, that's where they work on grammar, vocabulary, and spelling. So it is really, really rewarding to see the learning happening in your classroom. When I see those light bulbs go on and say, when my students say, I get it, I understand, I finally understand something. And it's just really rewarding to see that in the classroom. My name is Jessica Angulo, and I am a 5th grade teacher, and I work at Mary Faith Pendleton.
In the pages of every book, a world of possibilities unfolds. Here at FUESD, we understand what it means to create a thriving culture of reading.
Right. I want to thank Sophia and Evelyn for joining us here today. Why don't we start off with Evelyn? Come on up. Round of applause, please. Let's take a quick photo. Do you have anyone with you tonight? Yeah. Okay, Mom, come on up. And board members, I'd love for you to join us if possible, and team. Come on up. And Evelyn, I totally want to see your reading binder and your reading goal. I think that's one of the things that I really appreciate about this work, is that, you know, one of the great things about reading is you get better the more that you read. So we're really focusing on a campaign for reading this year and continue throughout here in Fallbrook, encouraging students to read not only at school, but also to read at home. And to set aside time for reading, set aside a little area to do your reading. Go to the library, grab books that are fabulous, because the more that you spend time reading, the better, the more proficient you become as a reader. And so when you set your goals, when you know where you are as a reader, then you become even stronger. Mm-hmm. And you also like past books. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you. That's very brave, right? And what I love too is I'm so glad that we have Potter here tonight, because with everybody. I'm a mom of 4 kids, and one of the things I noticed is that my children read a lot at the elementary level, and they had time set aside, and we would count the number of books that they read. And then something happened when my kids moved into middle school, and they stopped reading novels and like reading for fun and reading their favorite authors and their favorite genres. And we need to continue that. And so I'm really excited to see that alive. at Potter and see us really focused on that and encouraging that. So I'm really, really proud of that work that the staff is leading and that our principal is leading. So thank you, thank you. All right, and to Sophia Carboni, come on up, Sophia. All right, Mom, come on. And everybody, let's join. You get your shoulder down. Mom, thank you for supporting her. All right.
It's bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, number 9. It is recommended the governing board approve the minutes of October 16th, 2023 regular meeting. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Favela. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Lundin. Do we have any comments? No? Then I will call for a vote. So Ms. Fish?
I think I have to abstain. Because I wasn't on the board then. She wasn't on the board.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Ms. Sabel?
Aye.
Ms. Lundin?
Aye.
Mr. Favela?
Aye.
And I also say aye, so it's majority, the motion passes. This is the portion of our meeting designated for comments from the public about matters not on the agenda, but within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. Should individuals wish to comment on items on the present agenda, they may also do so during this portion of the meeting or at the time the item is considered by the board. Comments are limited to 3 minutes with a maximum of 20 minutes allocated for a particular item or topic. While the Brown Act allows the board to hear issues within its jurisdiction from the public that are not on the agenda, it only allows the board to respond in a very limited manner, such as providing direction to the staff. If the board were to have more than this type of brief discussion on an item on the agenda, not on the agenda, it could be a violation of the Brown Act's rules for posting the agenda. To address the governing board, members of the public must have submitted a completed speaker card to the clerk of the board before the open session portion of the meeting began. Mr. Favela, do we have any speakers?
We do. And we have one speaker, and that would be Zach Wilkinson.
Hi, good evening. I'm Zach Wilkinson. I'm here representing Potter tonight, and I just have a brief comment. I'd like to thank the board and our cabinet members for the investment that they've been making this year in Potter. It's something that we have noticed as teachers. We know that there has been a change this year, and we've been seeing a lot more resources coming in. Coming into Potter. Okay. This investment makes a clear statement that you believe in Potter and believe in the staff, and that we can make a difference. So it allows us to do our best for the academic and emotional needs of our students, and we look forward to your continued support. So thank you.
Thank you, and that concludes our hearing session.
Thank you. Okay, for reports from the board, Trustee Sabel, do you have a report to share?
I don't have a report.
Okay. And Trustee Lundin?
I was just going to say that I was a week ago at the Dia de los Muertos celebration that I've come to really look forward to every year. And
my colleague Ricardo Favela is kind of the organizer of that, so you may talk about that. But what I was really excited about was Potter Junior High's ballet folklorico dancers were there, and they were awesome. So thank you so much for enabling them to participate, because it was just wonderful to see them, and having just seen them at our last board meeting, it was great to see them again. It's important, I think, that our students have a chance to get out into the community, because they are our best ambassadors. And so thank you for your ambassadors.
Thank you. Trustee Fish?
I don't have anything to report than to say I'm excited to get started.
Very good. And Trustee Favela?
Sure. As Trustee Lindy mentioned, we did have a great event for Dia de Muertos at the local cemetery. It's truly a community event. A lot of folks came together to organize it. A lot of support came from the community to contribute. And what's really special about this event, well, first is that it's one of the few in San Diego that's held at a local cemetery. And so it really brings, holds that tradition and those values there. And and really, there's many of the families, those of us do have our loved ones resting there, are at the core of the organizing. So just want to make sure that that's recognized as well. And I was going to say the same thing. It was great to see the local ballet folklóricos from Potter Junior High, from the community center, a lot of the little ones, and from the high school. So it was just a lot of our own local talents coming out to celebrate the day. I attended the Migrant Education PAC meeting that was held at Mayales. I've been looking forward to attending the Migrant Ed meeting. Migrant Ed has always been a special part of my life as an alumni of Migrant Ed, and even working for Migrant Ed once I finished high school and in college. So it was really great to see the presentations, the mentions of the different activities being offered for parents. There was a presentation on the kitchenistas, sharing a recipe for a vegan ceviche that was based on cauliflower. So we're gonna add, and we tried it. They made it right there on the spot. We all had a chance to try it out. So we added it to our menu. We plan to make that pretty soon. But that's just a glimpse of the great resources and information that are being shared with our migrant parents. And last Friday, I attended Fallbrook STEM's Fall Festival. Another great event. I was glad to see that there was more participation from parents this year than there was last year. So really glad to see that event, being held in such a key place, in what I would call a neighborhood school in Fallbrook. So it's great to see that happening. I volunteered as a DJ. I only come out for these occasions. I did a mean game of musical chairs. So if you all need any musical chair DJs, I'll volunteer. But besides that, don't. That's all I know is Halloween songs and Christmas songs. All right.
Nick, don't forget to talk about Nick.
Right. Yeah. And we did complete our Masters in Governance trainings with the CSBA. So that was quite an achievement. 5 Saturdays, right? Big commitment, 8 to 5, right? 8:30 to 5.
And they did not let us out early once.
No, they did.
Learned the whole time.
Yeah, no, but it was great. I'm really glad I was able to participate in that and
Do our graduation.
the graduation. Yeah, we walked and
Yay, team.
and so I'll leave it at that. Pass it on.
Thank you, Mr. Favela. So I also attended, as he just said, and it was 5 sessions, so a total of about 40 hours is what we attended. And we learned just an array from financing, you name it. We learned a lot. It was to learn to better be do our governance. I also attended the Rotary meeting, which was to celebrate the Students of the Month. And I attended that with Trustee Fish and Dr. Husing and our Superintendent, Mrs. Hazel. And that was a very nice event. It was very Principal Gonzalez was there too, and a couple other people, principal from Live Oak for her students. And that was just that's just a really nice gift that the Rotary does for our students, and it's really appreciated. Thank you. And would you like to give your report?
Yes. Oh my goodness. So many amazing things happening across Fallbrook since the last time that we got together. So I want to share that we also got the same recipe from the Kitchenistas at the DLAC meeting. And I was saying I was going to add it to my repertoire in the kitchen because it was cauliflower ceviche. It was fantastic. And it was really what was highlighted was our extended learning program. And the Kitchenistas is one of our programs that we offer. And so our DLAC group, this is an amazing group of parent leaders that come together once a month. And so it was fantastic to be able to sit side by side with them and to hear about how they're leading this work at their school site. So I had the wonderful benefit to go to the DLAC meeting with Trustee McBride, and that was led by Dr. Curcio and Lily. Miss Perez was there too. Yep. So that was fantastic. And then we had the opportunity to go on a Rotary bus tour. So our Rotary group in Fallbrook is so supportive of our schools. They do give us a monthly support of an award and invite our families to come to this luncheon. And so we wanted our Rotary Club to see our schools in action. And so everybody got on the bus. We met at the bus depot, loaded up the bus with our Rotarians, and we headed off to 3 different schools. We had an opportunity to stop at Potter, and the students gave us a really warm welcome there. And then we hopped into some classrooms, and the Rotarians were really excited about what they saw inside the classrooms. It was really rigorous academic instruction happening. And they were so excited to just see how courteous our children are and how kind they are. And so it was wonderful because I get to do that every day. And so, that's the majority of our work. We're at school sites, we're walking through classrooms. And so it's really, Dr. Husing and I get to do a lot of that work together, and to be able to share what we do with the Rotarians and with our community, I felt like was really powerful. So they got a chance to see what we see every day. When we went over to Potter the other day for our instructional rounds, I got a chance to see one of the DLAC leaders there, and they grabbed us and brought us right over to their ofrenda and showed us the display that they had at Potter. And we saw how the students were helping out and getting ready for Dia de los Muertos in the community as well. And so that was a really special opportunity. So thank you to Potter for always helping out in the community as well. I'm really excited to highlight our focus on reading. And trustees, I know that this has been something that you have tasked me with as the new superintendent, is to really prioritize reading. And it's my heart work. The best gift that we can give our children towards a successful life is to ensure that they're proficient readers. And also that they have a joy and a love of reading. And so you saw in that video that our children, we're not just teaching them how to read, but we're also helping build their love of reading. And we see that in our classrooms. And we need to be honest that we've got more work to do. And so it's definitely a focus of ours to increase the number of students that are proficiently reading that we send on to high school. And so you'll see that as a continued focus at all of our schools. And it's something that we need the support of our families and our parents as well. A huge support at home is to ensure that our children read for 20 minutes minimum every day as homework, to help them find a great book. Parents, it's okay to read out loud to your middle schoolers, to grab a chapter book and read it together. Our children still love being read to. And so really helping our families to jump on board to that is going to help our teachers inside the classroom to do better, work that they can do as well. So I want you to know that we've taken your charge seriously, and that it's something that we're focusing on in every school across the district. Example of that, Dr. Husing and I had an opportunity to visit 7 schools last week, and we did instructional rounds at these schools. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about, we don't just walk in and pop in and visit kids and then walk out. It's a really structured process that we do. It's called instructional rounds. And we go and we have 30 minutes that we start off the meeting where the principal highlights to us what are the school goals that the school is focusing on, and how are the students doing right now in relation to those goals? What are the teachers working on with the site administrator in terms of their professional learning, and how are they engaging in professional learning communities? So for the first 30 minutes is the principal doing that presentation. We were just over at Potter, and I was so excited about the panorama data that we saw related to how our students are feeling about school. Huge changes in terms of how connected our Potter students feel to their school, how safe they feel at our school, and also how confident they're feeling about themselves as readers. And we know that when our children have more confidence, they're able to tackle hard work. And so that was one of the things that Dr. Gonzalez shared with us was the panorama data survey that the children partook in, what the survey data showed last year, what it shows this year, what gains we were able to see. Really exciting, positive work happening at Potter. He also shared with us the most recent reading data to show this is where our students came in. Our students came in at levels that at lower levels than we would like to see at Potter. And so it's been a focus at the school and in the classrooms. And so already we're starting to see some data, some positive data shifts in all, our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade classrooms. So I'm excited. And I know in the upcoming, at our upcoming board meeting, we'll share more robust a more robust data presentation. But I just wanted to let you know that every day I'm in classrooms and I'm looking at data with our principals, and we're talking about how we can make improvements. So after the principal does the presentation about where we are and the data and the progress that they're making, then we get to go into the classrooms and see instruction happening. And we sit side by side with our children and we ask them, what are you learning? Why is that important? Right? And we look and we start to take data on which of our students are having success during that lesson. And what did the teacher do to engineer that success in the classroom? It didn't just happen by itself. It happened because really strategic teachers are planning very focused lessons related to those standards. So we're looking for students. Which students are having success? How many students? What did the teacher do to engineer that success? And then which students are struggling? And how can we support the students better? And so those are the conversations that we are having when we go into the classrooms, and then we come back and we debrief and we say, what support do our teachers need? How can we from the district office help and support this work? So those are our instructional rounds, and we've been all over the district. The only site we have to go to is Fraser. To do our monthly rounds. But I want you to know that this focus on reading, this focus on increasing math is already beginning to show some movement. And I'm just really proud of our teachers and our staff for how hard they're working. I also got an opportunity to pop over to Duluth, and I saw Scott Gordon in action. And Duluth is our outdoor academy, and I was just blown away to see the facility and to see our students taking what they learned in the class and then being able to be part of the outdoor school. We saw students testing water quality from a stream. They had these leaf packs that had been in the stream, and they were dissecting the leaf packs and finding all of these little bugs and then determining what the quality of the water was based on what type of animals were living in the water. So Scott is amazing. I know you're going to see on our consent agenda that Scott just tendered his resignation after 30 very distinguished years in our district. And so, but he promises that he's going to stay close to us. He's going to help with the transition and even to keep our trails clean up there. And so we're working hard to put together a transition plan, that was a great opportunity for me to see. And then just a reminder for everyone, I'm sure that we're not needed for reminders, but Veterans Day is a holiday, so we are celebrating. We have no school on Friday. And we just want to highlight, we want to thank our military for their service. And we also want to thank our spouses, our military spouses and our military children for the sacrifices that they have made in their families. So I get the opportunity, I got an invite to the USMC birthday, which is happening on November 10th as well. So I'll be representing our district. It is the Marine Corps' 248th birthday. So happy birthday, Marines. And we'll be representing at a base event on the 9th. So I could take up probably another half hour telling you all the amazing things about Fallbrook, but I'm going to leave it at that tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I agree. So happy. So much positive going on. Okay, at this time, we are opening public hearing, FUESD 2023-2024, initial proposal to Fallbrook Union Elementary Teachers Association, FIDA, for comments. Do we have any speakers?
No, we do not.
Okay, I am closing for public comment. Action, FUESD 2023-2024, initial proposal to Fallbrook Union Elementary Teachers Association, FIDA. It is recommended the governing board approve the initial proposal to the Fallbrook Elementary Teachers Association, FIDA. Pursuant to Government Code Section 3547, parties to a collective bargaining agreement are required to sunshine their initial proposal for negotiations prior to negotiating. The proposal was presented for first reading at the October 26, 2023 regular meeting. Do I have a motion?
I so move.
Thank you, Ms. Lundin. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Fish. Any comments? No? Okay, I will take a vote.
Do we want to I just want to make sure in the record that it is for October 16th, 2023.
Ms. Fish?
Yes.
Isabel?
Aye.
Ms. Lundin?
Aye.
Isabella?
Aye.
And I also say aye, so the motion passes. Information, workshop and conference attendance. We are pleased to support our teachers and staff to continue their professional learning as they participate in conferences, enabling them to perform their duties and remain up to date on new policies and procedures impacting their roles.
Do you mind if I share a comment?
Sure.
Thank you so much. You'll notice on the spreadsheet for the workshop conference attendance that Dr. Fish will be attending the CSBA conference in San Francisco with us. And so we updated the document because she will be replacing Dr. McCrae, which was already approved in the July meeting. So I just wanted to give that update and thank you, Dr. Fish, for your willingness to attend and giving us your time.
Thank you very much. This is Hazel. Excuse me. It is recommended the governing board approve the consent agenda as presented. Do I have a motion? Oh, yes.
I so move.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Lundin. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Favela. I will call for the vote. Mr. Favela?
Aye.
Mrs. Lundin?
Aye.
Mrs. Sabel?
Aye.
Mrs. Fish?
Aye.
And I also say aye, so the motion passes. And with this, the meeting is adjourned at 6:47 p.m.
That is wow.